Welcome back to Dial Dietitian episode number 17. Today we're talking to Kristin. Kristin works at an allergy clinic in New York. So hey guys, welcome back. Today I am here with Kristin from New York. Kristin, go ahead and introduce yourself to us and let us know what inspired you to become a dietitian.
So hi guys, my name is Kristin. I am a registered dietitian right here in Brooklyn, New York. So what inspired me to become a dietitian? Honestly, it's really endless. I have two passions, always did since I was in high school. One of them was I was a huge science lover and a geek in that sense. So in high school, I would take like the college classes, and I fell in love with biochem and fell in love with anatomy and physiology. So that always kind of like opened my eyes to like, okay, maybe you should go into the medical field. But I knew I didn't want to be a doctor. I wasn't obsessed with becoming a nurse. So I did a lot of research, and I found that this role of becoming a registered dietitian, I didn't know anyone in the field at the time, but I was really interested in learning. Once I learned about the nutrition counseling and all they could do, where they could work, I was hooked immediately. So that was one passion. The other passion was I always wanted to help other people and work in a field where I would be making an influence on everyone's life every single day. I would coach and do gymnastics and dance and always work one-on-one with kids or even adults. And that passion really, drove me in. So, and another thing, actually, I learned a lot in the healthcare of going through personal issues myself and having a father with diabetes that, nutrition can play a huge role. And seeing the imbalance that we have going on between healthcare and then changing, people's lifestyle and helping them really made me want to get into the field.
Very cool. Yeah. So it sounds like there were definitely lots of little factors that kind of led you to this, and then it was just a really good fit.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. So since you became a registered dietitian, tell us a little bit more about what your career has looked like and what sorts of jobs and projects and things you've done.
Okay, so since I've officially been an RD, I've taken on, I always thought I would go down the clinical route. All my experience is honestly clinical nutrition and working with very sick people in a hospital. However, opportunity presented itself, and I started going to the private practice nutrition counseling route, which is really awesome. So I started off counseling at a weight management practice over here in Brooklyn, and then I branched off because a doctor actually had presented with me an opportunity to start a nutrition program for his office. And that was tremendous, and that's really where I stand right now. We just implemented a nutrition program here. He's an allergist and immunologist. He wants to create a center for his patients and his community to be able to really come and be supported over all aspects of their health. So we are a general practice that runs from babies to like 90-year-olds, and we see everyone in all different kinds of things. So he wants to be able to extend that support service and say, hey, why don't you follow up with Kristin, our dietitian, and let's work on either your weight, your diabetes, your hypo, whatever, everything. Even food allergies, of course, is just one aspect. So currently I'm working on that project right now. This is my job here, and I'm working on pulling in people left and right and working with them, created their program, all their education, and so forth. So that's like the major project where I am right now and where my career is going.
Very cool. Yeah, no, that has to be exciting to kind of be in somewhere kind of from the ground up and be able to use a lot of different skills to kind of develop something.
Yes, I've suddenly become an entrepreneur, and I did not expect that, but I am now in that route, while also doing clinical at the same time.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that sounds like a very exciting role to be in for sure.
Definitely is fun.
Yeah. So what excites you then about your work in nutrition right now?
Really, honestly, I love the feedback from people. There's nothing more rewarding than working with someone for just 1 week, whether they're here for weight loss, say they are, right? And really seeing the weight come off of them and them jumping up for joy to continue. That is absolutely the most exciting and rewarding part. But it could be anywhere from that to actually just seeing someone with an eating disorder come in and slowly watch them develop a healthy relationship. I love working with teenagers, especially who come in and they're all new to this whole, body image and everything, their peer pressure and all of that, and then just working with them and really them thanking me in the end to say like, okay, like you've really helped, like I don't care what these people think or whatever the case is. So all of that is the most rewarding and most exciting thing about this field. Or of course, if you have like someone with diabetes and their numbers objectively come down, that's huge too. So you really have a lot of power on people, just the way you connect to them. And once you connect and build a relationship, you could do a lot for their health, which is the best part.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And that comes back to even kind of one of your core reasons you got into this with the wanting to help people. So,
and once the doctor offered me the position, that was even bigger, because I was like, there's always a lack of communication, and someone can get diagnosed with, say, diabetes or cardiovascular disease and walk out and never know that nutrition plays such a huge role, and that they don't need to take all these medications in the future. We can manage and take them off of some of them, and we can do so much for them. They just there's a lack of knowledge and support between the two, because it's true, doctors are busy. They can only refer out. So that's what we're here for. We're the support service for them. So then take the patient and be like, hey, this is what you need to do. And this is what we can do to help you, So.
Yeah, that really actually is a really interesting point, because you were asked, you're kind of like already in this collaborative environment.
Right. It's all about collaborative care. That's why this field is like really important, because you work. I call doctors all the time and I'm like, all right, could you check this out? Or where does this one stand? Or it's very nice, to see that kind of collaborative care is really important.
Yeah. So if someone is thinking about becoming a dietitian, what would be kind of your first line of advice for them?
Okay, so this is a really good question, because the more I think about it, the more I see the lack of guidance that colleges sometimes give us when it comes to this field. And I always have this conversation with students all the time. So as a student, it's really important. Obviously, we say get experience, but what does that mean? Like, how do you actually get experience? You have to reach out to whoever. First of all, pick your field. I did all of mine in clinical at the time. I did some social media experience. You just have to pick the person who you're going to ask, or the area of interest. So say it is clinical, you have to go through a lot more, but say it's private practice, you have to really kind of harass them a little bit in emails and express your interest and say like, I'm really interested in this, and here's where I stand in college, XYZ, I'll be going for my dietetic internship in a year, or whatever the case is, and express to them how important the experience is to you. And definitely make sure that you're following up with them, and that if they can do it, they'll reach out back to you and give it to you. Experience is key. To become a registered dietitian, you need the dietetic internship, right? And if you're going down that route, they're very competitive now, very hard to get into, but not to be discouraging. You just have to make sure you look unique. So try to participate in as much as you can and get that experience whenever you can. Also, be on top of your grades. Especially your core nutrition ones. And if you're going into this field, like to actually be an RD, and you want to go like the clinical route or the private practice, you have to remember that food service still matters. And that is a huge part of it. And you can't just ignore those classes, because they will come and haunt you when you take your RD exam. So that was one big thing for a lot of us. We were like, oh, we don't need food service. And then it's like, nope, it's like half of your exam. So be on top of it. Yeah. So that's really, just express your passion every place you can, and someone will reciprocate and get back to you. I love precepting. I love helping students. So someone's out there. I'll help you.
Yeah, I think that's really solid advice too. And it's always good to remember that a no doesn't mean a no for forever, and
no, exactly. So you can go on to do your master's if you don't get matched, or you don't. Just keep expressing your passion. That's most important. People are human. All these workers are human. They're going to reciprocate back to that. So you're fine. Just express that first. Don't feel afraid to express that in other words. That makes you unique. So like I said, everyone's human in the end. So
yeah. Definitely. It's definitely all about connection kind of in the end. And yes, definitely. Cool. Well, tell us about where we can connect with you more, and
so you can follow me on my Instagram. That's slowly building. It's Dietitian Casey, but it's spelled the right way, not the wrong way. Everyone spells dietitian the wrong way with a C. And you could also, so on my Instagram, I actually just created a link in my About Me that you could subscribe to a bi-weekly newsletter. So it's going to be somewhat like a blog. I'm going to post previous newsletters on there, and I'm going to cover an array of topics. My sole purpose, I'm going to be using them here in the office, is just to educate and cover cool different things. I use evidence-based practice only, so that's where I'm going to use that as my tool to like educate the public. Completely free, nothing attached to it. Just subscribe to the email list and you'll get a mass email from me every couple of weeks. And then that will link to my website. So yeah, that's the best way to connect with me is through Instagram, because then you could subscribe there.
Perfect.
Right?
Cool. And I'll have that link down below for all of you guys too to check out. So
awesome.
Cool. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Of course.
Yeah, and we will see you guys next time. Next week on Dial a Dietitian.
I was working for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation doing event planning, and I met a dietitian who worked at the CS Center, and I was so intrigued by the whole idea of using nutrition to control such a devastating disease, but just the incredible impact that nutrition has.